Consider the following statements regarding Financial Action Task Force FATF. FATF is very important, often is in news. Okay, this Financial Action Task Force is an intergovernmental body. It is not an agency of the United Nations. Okay, it is established in the year 1989 by ministers of its member jurisdiction. Okay, so it is headquarters in the Paris. That is also true. That is true actually. Okay, it's what is its function? The FATF sets standards and promote effective implementation of legal, regulatory, and operational measures. Okay, for combating money laundering. So mainly its intention is to combat money laundering and terrorist financing. So this task force actually, it will minimize, it will check, it will stem money laundering and terrorist financing and other related threats. Okay, threats to the integrity of the international financing. Whatever the activities that threaten the international financial system, these FATF will act on those things. Okay, so that is the objective, that is the functions of this FATF. Okay, next is it grey listed Pakistan recently for non-compliance of curbing terror financing. This is also true actually, this is also true, and it also warned Pakistan that if it not comply with the some 20 plus things which are there, which are given by this FATF thing, then it warned that FATF warned Pakistan that it will it will blacklist actually, instead of grey list, it will blacklist if that Pakistan won't comply with the 24 measures suggested by the FATF. Okay, so that is also true. That is also true. Okay, so here option 2 is wrong. Rest of them are correct. So answer is option C, 1, 3, 4 are true. Consider the following statements regarding IBSA. India, Brazil, South Africa Dialogue Forum. So three statements are given. So first statement is it is widely viewed as unique voice for global south. So actually its main intention is like these things, India, Brazil, South Africa. So these are actually below the equator, almost more majority, significant part of this what you call their surface, actually the land surface will lie below the equator. So generally it is considered as south. Okay, we will see the explanation. IBSA Dialogue Forum contains India, Brazil, South Africa, is an international tripartite, that is involving three countries, grouping for promoting international cooperation among these countries. Okay, so it represents three important poles for galvanizing South-South cooperation and greater understanding between three important continents of the developing world, namely Africa, Asia, and South America. So not only geographical, so geographical wise they are similar, and also developmental aspects also. In the terms of development, majority of these three, these continents, actually the continents involves develop, many of these countries in these continents are developing countries only. Okay, so that South-South cooperation, great understanding, these are all the objectives. Okay, that galvanizing South-South cooperation are the objectives of this. So the second statement was launched through Brasilia Declaration 2000. This is also right statement. It created a facility for poverty and hunger alleviation, better known as IBSA fund. This is also true actually. So this is actually a factual question. So just you should know about this content. Okay, automatically you could be able to solve these answers. Okay, so in the explanation part I have added some more information regarding IBSA. Okay, so the answer is all of the statements are correct, hence option D is the right answer. Next question, it is about which of the following are related to Shanghai Cooperation. Which of the above are related to Shanghai Cooperation? What are given? Regional Anti-Terrorist Structure, RADS, 2019 Bishkek Declaration, 2018 Peace Mission. So if you see the explanation, Regional Anti-Terrorism Structure is a permanent organ of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, serves to promote cooperation of member states against the three evils of terrorism. Okay, which is true. Next is Bishkek Declaration of 2019. It is about the related to Shanghai Cooperation Organization, heads of the State Council. The member states stressed that the acts of terrorism and extremism cannot be justified. Okay, the acts of terrorism and extremism cannot be justified. Next is 2018 Peace Mission. This is also related to Shanghai Cooperation Organization. As a part of mission series formally started on 20th August 2018, sorry 24th August 2018 at Chabarkul, Russia. So if you see, all are related to Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and all are related mostly against terrorism. So SCO, terrorism, anti-terrorism related things. Based on this question was framed. Okay, RADS, Bishkek Declaration, and also Peace Mission. All these are related to Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So answer is all of the above. All of the above. Next question. It is about Shanghai Cooperation Organizations, SCO. Okay, which of the following is not a member? Actually, we'll see. Actually, the answer is Turkmenistan. Okay, so it is actually Shanghai Cooperation Organization is a China-led 8-member economic and security bloc. It is an economic and security bloc. This is a key term. So in which India and Pakistan were recently admitted as members in the year 2017. Okay. Earlier, only founding members. What are the founding members? China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan. Turkmenistan is not a member, okay, because since its independence, it adopts the principles of positive neutrality in its foreign policy. So positive neutrality is like it is not engaging with the neighbors or something like that. So it is neutral. So that's why Turkmenistan is a not member of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Hence, answer is option C. Next question. It is about the G20. So G20, it has given some statements about G20. Now we'll see in brief about G20. G20 actually it is founded in the year 1999 with the aim to discuss the policy pertaining to the promotion of international financial stability. So financial stability. Okay. So it comprises of 20 countries and including European Union. Okay. So if these statements, all the statements are correct. The countries that make up the G20 summit account for 84% of the world's nominal GDP. That is true. Okay, actually these G20 is G20 are top 20 economies actually. European is a member of G20. That is also true. The 2019 G20 summit takes place in Osaka, Japan. This is also true. Okay, so actually the importance of G20 is not only about this all G20 leaders meet, but it is also important for many parallel side-to-side meetings that took place on this context, like bilateral, trilateral, something like that. So for these things actually G20 got that much significance because the world top leaders will be meeting at a place. Okay, even Russia, USA, all this will meet. So on this backdrop we will see the information related to India. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi used occasion of the G20 at Osaka as many as 20 such meetings, okay, including 9 bilaterals, 8 pull aside engagements, and of the Russia, India, China, Japan, US, India, and Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa grouping, that is BRICS. Okay, so these meetings also took place in this backdrop of G20 summit. So hence all the statements are correct. Hence answer is option D, the sixth question. So it is about various banks actually, and the statements are given. So first is Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank has been set up by BRICS. This is the first statement. Actually, it is wrong because Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank is not related to BRICS only. It is mainly it is initiative of China and many other countries. Many non-BRIC countries also are the members of this China-led Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. Okay, so it is not related to China. Sorry, it's not related to BRICS. Next is the headquarters of Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank is in Shanghai. That is also wrong. It is located in Beijing. Okay, it is located in Beijing. So if you see this, the BRICS Bank or the New Development Bank. Okay, this is established by BRICS and it is headquartered in Shanghai. The Asian Infrastructure is a multilateral development bank. Even it supports not only Asia but also African countries. Not only Asia, African countries. So it actually funds for infrastructure projects, okay, at a low rate of interest. So multilateral investment bank that aims to support the building of infrastructure in Asia Pacific region. So Asia Pacific region and also Africa region. It is headquartered in Beijing. So hence both statements are wrong. The headquarters of Asian Infrastructure Bank is present in Beijing, and the Asian Infrastructure Bank is not set up by the BRICS. So both the statements are wrong. Option D is the right answer. To the 52nd question. The question is about the statements. The question has given statements regarding World Trade Organization. So the first statement is the WTO assigns status to its members countries as developed and developing nations based on UN resolutions. So this is a wrong statement. So actually there are no WTO definitions of developed and developing countries. Each member country actually announce themselves whether they are developed or developing countries. Okay. However, the other members can challenge the decision of a member to make the use of provisions available to developing countries. Okay. Actually, in the WTO, there are many countries, so each country can declare whether it is developing or developed country by itself actually. So it is for the other country which is trading with this particular country to recognize that status or not. For example, India and China have been declared as developing countries. Okay, but as China is the global what you call trade hub, trade leader, so actually many countries won't accept that the China as a developing country. Okay, and what are all the advantages of a developing country? A developing country will have it have actually a transition period for accepting certain WTO rules and regulations, and also they can have technical assistance from the developing countries regarding trade related sanitary, phytosanitary and all those things, technological aspects. Other thing is even certain preferences will be there. For example, generalized system of preferences. So this is actually the aspect which is in use. Under generalized system of preferences, the USA government actually has given preferences for particular countries which they think that as developing countries. So that's why in earlier years actually India has been recognized. India has been given this GSP status under GSP. So India has entry into USA in many Indian goods actually with less trade restrictions. Okay, with less tariffs. So in this way, India enjoyed GSP status, and that's why it has remained as one of the largest exporters to USA. India is one of the largest contributor to USA's imports. So like that. Okay. So that is in brief about this WTO. Second statement we'll see. As per WTO, special and differential treatment provisions, developed countries should treat developing countries more favorably than other WTO members. So this is true. As I said, developing countries will enjoy some privileges. The next statement. The status of a developing country allows countries to seek partial exemption from WTO rules for free and fair trade between countries. Yes, as per these special exemptions, these developing countries can impose trade restrictions while importing goods from other countries. Okay, and also they can give special subsidies in order to promote domestic industries, including agriculture. So these are the exemptions. These are the special exemptions given to developing countries by the WTO. So hence, statement 3 is also right. Hence, option 2 and 3 are the right answers. Statement 2 and 3 are the right answers. Option B is the right answer. Next question is about G7, group of 7. So 4 statements are given. We'll see the first statement. The G7 is an organization made up of world's 7 largest advanced economies. This is true. G7 combined GDP is around 40% of the global GDP. That is also true. If you see the explanation part, we'll come to know. The G7 organization made up of world's largest so-called advanced economies. Mind you, here we have to remember that advanced economy is different from biggest economy. So advanced economy is based on per capita income and all those things, whereas biggest economy is overall GDP. Okay, so why I am emphasizing this, we'll see the third statement actually. Okay, so now we'll see the thing. So G7 world largest so-called advanced economies, those are Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, UK and the United States. G7 constitutes 40% of the world global GDP. China is the latest country to join this group. This is wrong, because actually though China is the world's biggest population, I mean, has the population and also the second biggest economy, China's relatively low level of wealth per head of the population means that it is not deemed to be an advanced economy. Hence, it is not in the G7. So China is not in the G7. This is very tricky thing, but you have to understand the what exactly G7 members are. And actually, Russia is one of the members of G7. Uh, no, this is not true because Russia actually joined the latest member in the year 1998 but was suspended in 2004 after it annexed Crimea from Ukraine. So that's why it was there in G8 actually. It was there in G8 but it has been suspended from the year 2015 after this Crimean crisis. Okay, hence only 1 and 2 statements are correct. Option A is the right answer. Now we'll move to the 80th question. The question is asking which of the following international organizations were established by Bretton Woods Conference. So, I mean, every civil aspirant should know about this Bretton Woods, this historic and famous Bretton Woods Conference. So the Bretton Woods Conference, formerly known as the United Nations Monetary and Financial Conference, was the gathering of around 730 delegates from all over 44 allied nations in Bretton Woods, which is in United States, to regulate the international monetary and financial order. So mainly its intention is to regulate international monetary and financial order after the conclusion of Second World War. So this conference took place in the year 1944. The following organizations were established with these things. So monetary and financial order. So those are International Bank for Reconstruction and the Reconstruction Development, that is World Bank. And other thing is International Monetary Fund. Of course, World Bank includes various other things, and International Monetary Fund. So these two institutions are the outcomes of Bretton Woods Conference, not the WTO, World Trade Organization. World Trade Organization, actually it is in the late 1990s. Earlier it was got General Agreement on Tariff and Trade. Then, I mean, as an extension of this thing, World Trade Organization started. So only here 1 and 2. Okay, 1 and 2 are correct, not the third. So hence only 1 and 2, that is option A is the right answer. World Trade Organization was established in the later period. Now we'll see the 81st question. The question has given four groups actually, four groups or four groupings or four agreements. So the question is asking among these groups, India is a member of which of the following groups. Okay. So if you see this, actually these things, okay, Wassenaar Agreement, Australia Group, NSG, Nuclear Supplier Group, and Missile Technology Control Regime. These are all the things which are related to these weapons actually. So these weapons and both conventional and nuclear. So who should control, who should have that, who should trade actually, who should trade with whom, okay, who should have the control over technology and all those things. So in these things, India, because of the increasing importance of India in the global arena, that is international relations, so India has been accepted into various groups actually, that is MTCR, Wassenaar Agreement, Australia Agreement. So all these things, that is respectively in the years 2016, 17 and 18. Okay, so even question can be asked chronological sequence by which India, sequence of events, actually chronological sequence through which India joined these groups. So first is MTCR, next is Wassenaar, next is Australia Group. Next is India is not a part of nuclear supply groups and non-proliferation treaty. Okay, so NTP and NSG are not, I mean, the groupings where India is not a partner, is not a member. Why? Because actually nuclear supplier group, this is a group of around 48 members where China is also present. So China is seriously blocking India's entry into NSG in the name that only countries which sign NPT should join this NSG. Okay, so in that on that basis, actually it is denying India's membership into the nuclear supplier group. So if you read this thing, ever since India applied for the membership of NSG in May 2016, China has been insisting that only those countries which have signed non-proliferation treaty should be allowed to enter the organization. That's why India has not become a member of NHG. And also, I mean, as India is not a member of NTP, India is also not became a member of NHG. So here only 2, 3, 4 are correct. Hence, option B is the right answer. Now look into the 14th question. The 14th question is about New Development Bank. New Development Banks is also known as BRICS Bank. Okay, BRICS Bank. They mean we have seen the difference between BRICS Bank and Asian Development Bank. So where it is located, all these things we have seen. So the BRICS Bank is during the 6th BRICS summit in Fortaleza, the leaders signed the agreement establishing the New Development Bank. It is headquartered in Shanghai. Okay, Shanghai. Whereas the Asian Development Bank, it is the headquarters located in Beijing. So only BRICS countries hold shares in New Development Bank, and also equal quantity. Equal quantity. So China is the largest shareholder in New Development Bank. It is wrong. All countries have equal ownership, equal shareholders. USA and Japan also have shares along the BRICS countries in New Development. No, only BRICS members have got that shares. It is a bank of BRICS association. This is true. So only first statement is right. Second and third statements are wrong. Option A is the right answer. Next, 27th question is about the statements are given regarding North Atlantic Treaty Organization. So what is this NATO? So NATO is a military alliance established by the North Atlantic Treaty of April 1949. That is, so in the year 1949, after Second World War. I mean, some 4 years after the Second World War. So NATO was founded as a Soviet counterweight. Okay, it is a counterweight to Soviet, that is the Soviet bloc. So it created a counterweight to Soviet armies stationed in Central and Eastern Europe after World War II. So that is correct. Next is the fundamental role of NATO is to safeguard freedom and security of its member countries by political and military means. This is also correct. See, if you see this, NATO's purpose is to guarantee the freedom of security to its members through political and military means. So politically and militarily wise, it will support its member countries. So politically, NATO promotes democratic values and enables members to consult and cooperate on defense and security related issues to solve problems, build trust in the long run, prevent conflict. So it is like political resolution of issues, political cooperation. Military wise, suppose if NATO is committed to peaceful resolution of disputes, if diplomatic efforts fail, it has the military power to undertake crisis management operations. Okay, so that's why this is also true. NATO does not have any Asian country as a member. This is wrong because Turkey is present in Asia. I mean, Turkey is present is a part of Asia, so it is a member of NATO. Okay, and Turkey is the only member Asian country which is present in NATO. Therefore, only 1 and 2 statements are correct. Option B is the right answer. Let us look into the question number 46. The question is asking about some statements regarding is given about some statements regarding Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, that is OPEC. Let us see the statements. OPEC is an intergovernmental organization. This is correct. So OPEC is a permanent intergovernmental organization created at Baghdad Conference on September 10, 1960. Okay, so first the founding members are Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi and Venezuela. So Venezuela is one of the founding members is correct. OPEC is an intergovernmental organization is also correct. Next is right now it has 13 members. So which includes Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi, Venezuela, Libya, United Arab Emirates, Algeria, Nigeria, Gabon, Angola, Equatorial Guinea and Congo. So here Qatar is not a part of OPEC. Hence third statement is wrong. Only 1 and 2 statements are correct. Answer is option A. If you see the 16th question, it is about global initiative against transnational organized crime. So transnational organized crime. The globe. What is this about? So it is an actually international non-governmental organization headquartered in Geneva. So it is not an agency of the United Nations. Next is the global initiative comprises a network of over 500 independent global and regional experts working on human rights. So human rights, democracy, governance, developmental issues, where organized crime has become increasingly pertinent. Okay. Next, the global initiative provides a platform to promote greater debate and innovative approaches as the building blocks to an inclusive global strategy against organized crime. So it is mainly to combat this organized crime. Okay, it is an non-governmental organization. So it is an NGO. It is not related to government and it is not an union agency. So it is a platform that promotes inclusive global strategy against organized crime is correct. Here second statement is only correct. Answer is option B. Next question is about small island developing states. So this SIDS. Okay, what is the SIDS? So SIDS are islands of the Caribbean Sea, Atlantic, Indian and Pacific Oceans. So Oceania, I mean not only Oceania, even the islands which are surrounding other oceans. Okay, they are a group of small island countries that tend to share similar sustainable development challenges, including small but growing populations, limited resources, remoteness, susceptibility to natural disasters, vulnerability to external shocks, excessive dependence on international trade, fragile environments, etc. So, uh, so these are having this common development, common issues. Okay, so based on this grouping is done. This is it. So this group of small and island countries tend to share similar development challenges. This is correct. Next is the seats were recognized as a distinct group of developing countries at the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. So uh, it is being recognized in United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. That is the Earth Summit in 1992, not the United Nations Climate Change Conference Paris. That is 1915. Okay, this is not at that time. This is in 1992 only. So first statement is correct, second statement is wrong, hence answer is option A. Next question, it is about proposed expansion of G7. So recently USA has proposed the increasing G7 membership to G11 by including various countries like India, Russia, South Korea, Australia, and not China. So actually it is a strategy proposed by USA to counter China. It is to counter China. So China is not included in the list. The potential members are India, Russia, South Korea, and Australia. So here 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 are correct, and the answer is option B. So the intention is mainly to avoid China because of its aggressive policy, aggressive international pursuits, okay, political pursuits, even this what do you call this Hong Kong issue, Taiwan issue, and all those things. So this is a proposal of USA. Okay, the answer is option B. So this is another question. It is an economy based question. It is a simple question. India is a member of which are the following initiatives? So I think everyone knows that India is not a part of Belt and Road Initiative. By this only you can eliminate two options. And I think you know India is the part of BRICS Development Bank, that is BRICS New Development Bank, and also Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. So 1 and 3 are correct. Hence the answer is option B. Let us look into the question number 9. It is about international relations. Quadrilateral security dialogue is also known as Quad. It is comprised of 4 countries. One is India, Japan, USA, and Australia. So this is a Quad. So it is actually formed as a tsunami core group. Okay. It was first formed as tsunami core group in response to devastating Boxing Day tsunami of 2004. Okay, at that time it was formed. That is correct. Okay, this is statement is correct. 2 plus 2 ministerial level dialogue is an outcome of quad processing. 2 ministerial is like defense minister, external affairs minister. So they will be discussing the things between the countries. Okay, generally between various countries. So India has got 2 plus 2 dialogue with the USA, Japan, and it is also recently trying to build this 2 plus 2 partnership with Australia. So yes, it was a new type of diplomacy that created network in face of an emerging challenge. It has been established a successful track record as a vehicle for addressing issues of regional concern. So these are correct. And as I said, this 2 plus 2 dialogue also is an outcome of quad grouping. So Indian 2 plus 2 ministerial dialogue level dialogue is an outcome of quad grouping. This is also correct. Both statements are correct. Answer is option C. Let us see the question number 34. The question is asking about Gavi. So we have to know what is this Gavi. Gavi alliance is actually related to, okay, it is related to Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunization. So it is a global health partnership of public and private sector organization. It is not an intergovernmental organization. It includes both governmental and public as well as private sector organizations. So the primary goal of the organization is to improve access to immunization in poor countries. So Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunization, as the name implies, it is mainly related to immunization things. So Gavi brings together developing country and donor governments, the World Health Organization, UNICEF, the World Bank, the vaccine industry in both industrialized and developing countries, research and technical agencies, civil society, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and other private philanthropies, okay, to improve the access to immunization in poor countries. Here, second statement is correct, first statement is wrong. Therefore, answer is option B. Now let us look into the question number 77. It is about International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor. It is also known as tokamak. So already we have seen a question on tokamak. So it is actually, as we have seen in the picture, so it is there will be a coil called torus shaped thing. So inside this plasma will be flowing, and the magnetic coils will be regulating this movement of this plasma, confine this plasma to a particular chamber kind of thing. So here nuclear fusion will be there. So just like how the sun, in the sun nuclear fusion reaction takes place, and how the magnetic field will be present acting on the sun. So similarly, this is a simulation of the nuclear fusion reactions and the process that is taking place inside the sun. So it is a global experimental campaign. Yes, it is a global experimental campaign. It is an international nuclear fusion research and engineering mega project, which will be the world's largest magnetic confinement plasma physics experiment. Okay, it is an experimental tokamak. Okay, so for the countries involved here are 7 member countries: the European Union, China, India, Japan, Russia. So India is a member of ITR, it is correct. Okay, so it is a mega magnetic confinement plasma physics experiment. So it is based on the principle of how sun produce energy. Both statements are correct, hence the answer is option C. If you look into the 60th question, it is about Global Partnership for Artificial Intelligence. So this is, what is this Global Partnership for Artificial Intelligence? In the year June 2020, that is recently, India joined the League of leading economies including USA, UK, EU, Australia, Canada, France, Germany, etc. Okay, to launch the global partnership on artificial intelligence. India has become the founding member of the initiative. So India is a founding member. Next, it is an international initiative to guide the responsible development and use of artificial intelligence. So it is an international multi-stakeholder initiative to guide the responsible development and use of artificial intelligence, grounded in human rights, inclusion, diversity, innovation, and economic growth. So therefore, both statements are correct. Hence, answer is option C. So next question is about South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, SARC. It is related to South Asia. That is a regional grouping. It comprises of some 8 members. So the first statement will say SARC was proposed by India to promote welfare of people of South Asia. It is actually not proposed by India. It is proposed by Bangladesh. It is envisioned in the late 1970s by General Ziaur Rahman. Initially, actually, India was apprehensive because it is treated as like small neighbors will united against the India. So it was the first apprehension of India about the SARC issue. Okay, why India thought like that? Because so that was a time of core world politics. So like China, Pakistan is already aligned towards West. That is USA. So India had a close relation with Soviet, and it considered Ziaur Rahman to be aligned with the West. It was therefore suspicious that SARC would be an American mechanism to counter Soviet influence. It feared that the association might lead to Asia's own Cold War, creating pro-Soviet, anti-Soviet rift. So India India didn't want that whatever conflict to rise in the South Asia region. So it was initially apprehensive of that SARC association, but later it accepted and became a member of SARC. Next, motor vehicle agreement, which is crucial for harnessing regional connectivity across South Asia, was accepted by all SAARC countries. So this integrated motor vehicle agreement is a part of promoting this region as a free trade region. That is, free movement of goods, free movement of goods. But it is not being accepted by Pakistan. So this has not become a reality. Okay, this is not accepted by all the countries. So this was strong. Both statements are wrong. Hence, the answer is option D. Next is about BIMSTEC. So BIMSTEC is what Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation. So the statements given are India is a founding member of BIMSTEC. So actually this initially it is about India only. So BIMSTEC, India is a founding member. It is a 7-member group. This is also true. Okay, so BIMSTEC member states are Bangladesh, India. So if you use this map, it would be easy to remember. Visual memory is very impactful. So that is why I have taken this map. India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Thailand. So all these 7 countries are the members of BIMSTEC. Okay, India sees BIMSTEC as a possible alternative to SAARC, which has failed to meet for 5 years. So now, actually, India is more inclined towards BIMSTEC, because here we can avoid Pakistan and all those. So it can ensure this neighborhood first policy with this BIMSTEC approach. So answer is option C. Both statements are correct. Yes, outcomes. Next question is with reference to Eastern Economic Forum. Eastern Economic Forum. What is this Eastern Economic Forum? Eastern Economic Forum is an international forum held each year since 2015 in September at Far Eastern Federal University in Vladivostok, Russia. So it takes place in Russia. It takes place in each year, every year. Okay, it takes place in Far Eastern Federal University of Russia, and for the purpose of encouraging foreign investment. For the purpose of encouraging foreign investment in the Russian Far East. So it is formed for the purpose of encouraging foreign investment in Russia. So this is true. It is formed. This forum is held each year in Vladimir, Russia. This is also true. So hence both statements are correct. Answer is C. Next question, actually. So it is about Eurasian Economic Union. Eurasian Economic Union. So it came into force in 2015. Okay. So actually this is a true. So if you see the explanation, it is an economic of state. Sorry, it is an economic union of states located in Central and Northern Asia and Eastern Europe. If you see this map, so the countries are Armenia, Belarus. Okay, this comes under Europe, Kazakhstan, Russia. Okay, 4 countries. So Northern Asia and Eastern Europe, Central and Northern Asia and Eastern Europe. The treaty was signed in 29th May 2014. Okay. Next is East Asian Economic Union encourages the free movement of goods, services, provides for common policies in the macroeconomic sphere, transport, industry and agriculture, energy, foreign trade and investment, customs, technical regulation, competition and antitrust regulation, all these things. So it has integrated single market of a gross domestic product of 5 trillion. This is true actually. This is true. This is a factual statement. So there is no explanation for that. I mean, it automatically is correct. I mean, it is self-explanatory. Okay. Next, it encourages the free movement of goods and services. It also true. It encourages free movement of goods across these countries because it's a type of economic union. So all the statements are correct. All the statements are correct. Next question. So the term Loya Jirga is recently in use. It is related to the affairs of Afghanistan. Okay, Afghanistan. So this Loya Jirga is the highest manifestation of the will of the people of the Afghanistan. Okay, so it is actually a kind of decision making body, the opinion making body. So it will decide upon important decisions. Okay, so who comprise of it? It consists of members of the National Assembly. Okay, members of National Assembly, presidents of the provincial as well as district assemblies, ministers, chief justice and members of the Supreme Court, as well as the Attorney General, shall participate in this Loya Jirga sessions without voting rights. So these actually 1 and 2 got voting rights. These things, Chief Justice, so they might not have this voting rights. The Loya Jirga shall convene in the following situations. So mainly some important decisions actually, okay, crucial decisions. These situations are to decide on issues related to the independence, national sovereignty, territorial integrity, as well as the supreme national interest. Okay, supreme national interest, amending the provisions of the constitution. Okay, so it may be considered as like separate constitutional session that is formed to draft or to amend a constitution. Like for example, we have seen in Nepal, in order to formulate a new constitution, they have separate constitution assembly was formed. So something like that. I mean, such importance it got. Okay. In the case of India, actually, for amending constitution, we don't need requests to elect separate persons. The same parliament members can amend the constitution. Okay. So impeach the president in accordance with the provisions of the Article 69 of the Afghanistan Constitution. So these are all specific situations. That is the highest manifestation. Okay, highest manifestation of the will of the people is required in these situations, and at that time this Loya Jirga is formed. Okay, so that is about this question. So answer is option D. Answer is Afghanistan. Now let us look into the 83rd question. The question is about recently India established strategic partnership council with which of the following countries? So recently India has established a strategic partnership council with Saudi Arabia. So there is increasing engagement with Saudi Arabia. India is continuously engaging Saudi Arabia recently, and Saudi Arabia has also recognized the strategic, importance of India. So in terms of cultural connection, historical connections, and also the energy security related aspects. Okay, even this energy security, even this what do you call maritime issues. Okay, maritime security related aspects, and also the recent increasing engagement with the USA also made Saudi Arabia to engage with India. So in defense cooperation with USA also one of the factors. Okay, of late Saudi Arabia has realized the importance of engagement with India. Okay, so that's why this partnership has moved to the level of strategic partnership. The Union Cabinet chaired by the Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi today, that is in this April, the what do you call this thing? So in the month of October, approved post facto the agreement signed by the Prime Minister on 29th October 2019 for the establishment of Strategic Partnership Council between India and Saudi Arabia. So it is mainly about Saudi Arabia and India. Therefore, answer is option C. Next question is about Gulf Cooperation Council. So members of Gulf Cooperation Council. So Gulf Cooperation Council is a political and economic alliance of 6 Middle Eastern countries. Those countries are, if you see, the code actually subco Q. Okay, subco Q. So you can remember this as, so now we are witnessing this pandemic, right? Corona pandemic. So like that, if you correlate this thing, if you don't follow this what do you call home isolation or quarantine, so you will be subjected subco corona aayega. Okay, so this Q can be considered as a corona, or you can quarantine. So सबको एक्चुअली क्वारंटाइन फॉलो करना, सबको क्वारंटाइन चाहिए जैसा, और एल्स सबको कोरोना फैलेगा. So like that. So that is the way to remember these countries. So S for Saudi Arabia, U for United Arab Emirates, okay, B for Bahrain, K for Kuwait, and O for Oman, Q for Qatar. So this is same being given in the map: Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Oman. So Yemen is not a part of this thing. Yemen is not a part of it. There is a proposal that Yemen Yemen might be considered in this GCC, but as of now it is not there. So here Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Iran is also not part of this thing. So only 2 and 3 are the right answers. Okay, option B is the right answer. So this code subco Q, subco corona, subco quarantine. So that thing is the code. Now look at the 28th question. it is talking about the European Union. So we all know that this European Union, so recently UK has come out of this European Union, that is known as Brexit, Britain exit from the European Union. So EU currently has 29 member countries. This is true. Okay. So the Union currently counts 27 EU countries. The United Kingdom withdrew from the European Union. So after withdrawal from of the UK from this European Union, now there are only 27 countries. Okay. So next statement: after Britain's exit, Euro has become the official currency of the EU member countries. So the statement is wrong, because even before the Britain's exit, that is Brexit, uh, still, I mean, Euro was the official currency of EU earlier to that also. So the Euro is the official currency of 19 of the 27 EU member countries. A long preparatory path over 40 years led to the introduction of the Euro in 2002. The European Central Bank and the European Commission are in charge of the maintaining its value and stability. So who are responsible? European Central Bank and European Commission. And for establishing the criteria required for EU countries to enter into in the Euro area. Therefore, Euro was the official currency of EU member countries long before the exit. So way before the exit of Britain, the Euro was the currency of the official currency of the EU member countries. So therefore, only statement 1 is correct. Option A is the right answer. So everything regarding European Union is very important, especially in the context of Brexit. Next question is about Eastern Mediterranean Gas Forum. Med is actually Eastern Mediterranean Gas Forum. So it is a part of West Asia only. So these are rich in gas, natural gas, petroleum, and other products obtained from other fossil fuels obtained from this sedimentation process, sedimentary rock formation, and all those things. So it is an international organization that includes Turkey, Egypt, Greece, and Israel. Yes, that is correct. As you see in the explanation part, the countries comprise of countries comprising Cyprus, Egypt, Greece, Israel, Italy, Jordan, Palestine. Uh, oh, excuse me, friends. Sorry. Turkey is not there. As you can see from the explanation part, Turkey is not a part of East Med Gas Forum. So, but Egypt, Greece, and Israel are there. So totally the statement is wrong. The second statement, the headquarters of Eastern Med Gas Forum are in Istanbul, Turkey. So as Turkey is not there in the Eastern Med Gas Forum, obviously the second statement is also wrong. The headquarters of East Med Gas Forum are located in Cairo, Egypt. So how this is found, as I said, as these are, Eastern Mediterranean, as these countries are located in the Eastern Mediterranean region, so these countries formed an association or coalition to explore the gas and oil in these regions. So that is about this Eastern Mediterranean Gas Forum. Okay. So here neither of the statements is correct. Hence answer is option D. Next question. Consider the following statements regarding African Union. So African Union, we'll see some information about African Union. African Union is comprised of the 55 countries, actually 55 countries which form the African continent. That is all the countries of Africa are part of the African Union. Okay. So that's why all the 55 members of African continent are part of this statement is correct. It is a continental union formed with the sole purpose of economic development. So this is wrong. The sole purpose of African Union is not only the economic development, okay, and it is headquarters in Addis Ababa. That is true. So here option 2 and 3 are correct. We'll see the information actually. The main objectives of the African Union were to rid the continent of the remaining vestiges of colonization and apartheid, to promote unity and solidarity among the African states. So it promote unity and solidarity of African states, to coordinate and intensify the cooperation for development, to safeguard the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the members, okay, and to promote international cooperation. So all these are the objectives. So these are the purposes of African Union, not only the economic development. So that's why this statement is wrong. These two statements are correct. Answer 3 is correct. Okay. Next we'll see the. Now look into the 96th question. So which of the following countries are part of CARICOM group? So CARICOM group is, sorry, here actually it should be like Oceania. It is not, it missed actually, so it's okay. So the question is about 96. So it is about CARICOM group. So CARICOM related question has already come earlier, but the demand of the question was different earlier. Now the question demand here is different. But this Caribbean community is very important current affairs, because recently the India is trying to collaborate with this CARICOM group. What is this CARICOM? CARICOM is Caribbean Community. It is an organization of 15 Caribbean nations. So Caribbean Sea, the nations around Caribbean Sea. So that is between the North America and the South America. This Caribbean countries, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, even this what do you call, the small island nations, all these things. This actually, sorry, this Guatemala, Honduras, that comes under Latin America. Mainly these island groups, island nations are the Caribbean countries actually, not the Latin American countries, not exactly the Latin American countries. So these island nations in this Caribbean, in and around Caribbean Sea, that is the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, so that is this Caribbean countries. Okay, this West Indies, the cricket and West Indies cricket team. Okay, that is also from this Caribbean countries. Okay, so yeah, and it is an organization of 15 Caribbean nations and dependencies having primary objectives to promote economic integration and cooperation among its members, and to ensure the benefits of integration are equitably shared, and to coordinate foreign policy. So it is like a cooperative group actually. So economic cooperation, economic integration. So a mutual benefit, mutual economic benefit. That is the objectives of this Caribbean community. The organization was established in the year 1973. Objectives are coordinating economic policies, development planning, devising and instituting special projects for the less developed countries within the jurisdiction. That is the jurisdiction. Okay, so this is wrong. Operating as a regional single market for many of its members, and that is a CARICOM single market as meant to be established, and handling regional trade disputes. The Secretariat headquarters is in Georgetown, Guinea. CARICOM is an official United Nations observer. So this is in brief about this CARICOM group. So if you see the options, the Southeast Asia countries is located in Asia, it is wrong. African countries, the CARICOM is not related to African. This Oceania is actually related to Micronesia, Polynesia, okay, Fiji. So that is the countries which are present between Asia and the Australia, that islands. So that is Oceania. So but CARICOM is around the north, in between North America and South American continents. So therefore none of the given, I mean, ABC are right. So option D, that is none of the, I mean, none of the above is the correct answer.